Hey guys, Sty here. Welcome to the video. Don't really want to make this video, but here we are. I have some explaining to do. Why? As I said I would. Present me kind of regrets past me. I posted a 1 minute video basically about 2 weeks ago. Went through surgery. Things were pretty good after the surgery, and I posted that video. As simple as that. I'm usually a pretty private guy, so I guess it surprised me a little bit myself when I posted it. But people are obviously, they're wondering what's up. Some people were concerned and worried. I understand that, but there was no need to be concerned or worried. That's a big reason why I'm kind of doing this as well, because I was a bit surprised how many people were concerned and worried. I thought it would have been like, people go through surgeries all the time. There's Nogla. 1 minute short video of him just being Nogla. So I thought, everyone would take like a positive message from the video and just be like, cool stuff, man. Well done, But so I guess just for the people that cared and whatnot, that's cool. And for the people that worried and concerned, you don't have to. I'm just gonna talk a little bit now about the surgery. Well, what happened after the surgery up until now. I'm still a fair bit like uncomfortable. I met with the surgeon yesterday, so people were asking, what's up, what's going on, blah blah blah. And I said I would talk about it after I meet the surgeon. So I met the surgeon. They had a review of like everything, really. Just talk through stuff, and that was about it. Overall, it's good news, but it was tough. It was pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. The surgery was the easiest part. Everything after was really difficult. So basically, I guess I should give you an overview, like the full story, kind of context and all that stuff. I won't drag on too much, but let me get the grammatical correct term. I got what's called a hydrocelectomy. I think that's how it's a hydrocele repair. Okay, it happens, to some people, but it's rare, and it can happen through like impact. It can happen through infection or inflammation. Now, I would say do not Google or YouTube any of this. It is the most horrible thing you'll ever see, especially if you're a man, because the surgery was on my balls. That's right. I got surgery on my balls. Basically, hydrocele is like you have your testicle, right? And then basically it's just fluid that fills around it. It's like a little drip that comes down from like your groin area down in there, and it's a harmless fluid, but it just fills up. And it filled up after like several years. Got about the size, pretty hefty size, boys. Won't lie, it was a nice hydrocele. But it got kind of problematic. It started, I would say, about 4 years ago or so. I was living in a different house, different time, different me, and basically I woke up one morning. I'd say about a 9 out of 10 pain in my balls. It was pretty extreme, especially my left side. I was very scared of doctors and dentists and everything back then. I have a touch of that still, but nowhere near as bad as it was back then. And just had bad experiences with dentists growing up, the usual reasons, I have a tooth missing here. That wasn't a pleasant experience. That's all I'm saying. And I've had other teeth pulled out. Wasn't pleasant. I don't do well with that stuff. Let's just say I'm not good with blood. I'm not good with pain. I'm not good at thinking about blood and pain. So, anyways, we'll move on. So I had extreme pain. It was pretty bad. It was really, really bad. And I was like, I can't go to the doctor. They'll do something. They'll do something to me. Like they'll put a tube up my dick or something. I don't know. I was like, okay, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm just going to just tough it out. Could barely walk. Could barely do anything. Stayed in bed for about 3 days and woke up and it was gone. I was like, thank God. Little did I know, I most likely had an infection and what's this called? I gotta Google it. The epididymis. I believe I had an infection in my epididymis. All right, boys. Don't want an infection in your epididymis. So there's probably an infection, stuff like that. And the surgery was for the hydrocele. I was a couple hours waiting to get the surgery. Then I got the surgery. It's supposed to be 30 minutes, but I woke up a little bit late. They said I'd be 2 hours knocked out. I was about three and a half, so I knew something was up. And so basically the surgery was bigger than I thought. Got the hydrocele repaired, but what made the surgery difficult was, let me move that. This is going to be on cut, by the way. Was the infection that was previously there caused the walls of the tissue to be thick. Yes, boys, I was thick. All right, where it matters. And that made the surgery more difficult. The incision had to be bigger and whatnot. And when they basically took there's no other way of saying it. They took my balls out of my sack. They took the ball out of my sack. All right, guys. The ball should never come out of the sack, but it had to come out of the sack. They got rid of the hydrocele repair and the fluid and stuff like that. And they found 2 cysts, which they removed. They're benign. So it was really good. One of them could have caused extreme pain, she said. I was pretty happy they were small, but they can only be so big when they're in your balls. So, yeah, so they're removed, and the surgery lasted longer than expected, but I think it was successful. So I was pretty happy going back because I was like, oh, I'm glad I got this sorted and blah, blah, blah. And it was getting a bit bothersome because it was getting so big that the hydrocele was starting to go into my groin and I could feel it. Yeah, it was not nice. It was not nice. Definitely not something you'd want to keep there, boys. So a bit of advice to fellow men out there. Anyone really with any sort of genitals, okay? Basically, if you've got something going on, just get it checked out. It can never be as bad as you think. It is most of the time. Most of the time. I won't say all the time. I say most of the time. Now, I had different thoughts, thinking it might have been, cancer. I don't want to say it, but I thought about it. Thankfully, it wasn't that. Got an ultrasound to confirm the hydrocele and stuff like that. So it's good news. It's good news overall. But definitely should have went to the urologist much sooner. I definitely advise men to get checked out, boys. Get checked out. Make sure you're all good down there. Trust me, because I researched the epididymis. All right, and if you get an infection or inflammation, stuff like that in there, basically. If I just went the first time and went on a course of antibiotics, I could have been fine. The hydrocele would have never happened. No, I chose the hard road because that's me. And so anyway, I finished the surgery. Surgery went great. Went home. Left ball sore. Sore to get up. The only time I was not in pain was when I was lying down. Don't like pain, so I'd lie down a lot. And basically, my pizza's cooking, so I'm going to try and be quick here. But basically, it went okay. I had a jock strap. It looked horrible down there. It was terrible. It looked awful. Like I didn't even have the courage to look for. It was tough. All right. What made it a million times worse is I got extreme constipation. If you've ever had extreme constipation, it's bad. Now imagine extreme constipation on surgery as near your groin. And so basically, sitting down in the toilet was like a pain I'd never experienced in my life. It got to a 10 out of 10 after a few days. I had surgery Monday. Pain was about 10 out of 10 on Thursday. Even phoned the emergency people. That's right, the emergency people. The emergency car, the emergency van. Boys. Alright? And before it arrived, I managed to pass and all the pain went away. I took laxative earlier that day. Thank God. Thank God I didn't have to put up. That was the worst pain of my life. You know when you've got, like, you feel like you have a 10, right? You've reached the 10, right? Let's say that 4 years ago, when I woke up and I had that horrible pain in my epidermis, all right? That was my 10 back then. This 10 blew that 10 out of the water, all right? This 10 went to like 15. It was the worst pain I ever had. I was going out of my mind. I was going delirious, all right? So, thank God that was gone, right? Thank God that was gone. And then, other stuff was going on. Swelling was... I don't want to talk about the swelling. It's not even good now. I'm sitting on a cushion. This is the first probably proper half comfortable day I've had in 2 weeks. Sitting down on something. But I've taken some car rides, boys, and I tell you what, you'd feel every single bump in your balls. You can feel the inside of your balls moving, boys. You never want to feel the inside of your balls moving. The parts inside your balls moving. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's like I don't remember a lot of it. I've blurred it out, but I do remember the squeezing feeling, like someone's got a hand inside your balls and they're just squeezing them whenever they like one of those squishy stress balls. It's horrible. It's horrible. But anyways, lightly traumatized if you couldn't tell. But anyways, so there was that. That was that. And then I was taking it easy because I did have the extreme constipation and I was on some heavy meds, boys, the diaphragm and all that, man. That fucked me up. I mean, I did so well to not curse. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. Please. Okay, anyways. Moving on. Again. Moving on. So, I was chilling. Big chilling. Probably a bit too lazy, but big chilling. Laying down a lot. My mom, great support. Thanks, Mom. You're the best, Mom. Helping me out. And then editors took care of the channel. They supported the channel. They did their work. Good job, editors. Great work. And basically Monday, I got another dressing. Went to the doctor. Got it checked up. The GP. I got the dressing done. And then checked it in a couple of days later. And I believe the wound had opened up. The incision had opened up. I was pretty worried, boys. I was worried about 50% of the time of recovering. Thinking, boys, what do I got here? Is it going to ever go down, huh? Is it ever going to go down? And it does go down, but it was slow. Even the surgeon said the swelling's bigger than normal. So, I learned a lot. Okay, so I believe the wound opened up and there was blood and it was like, oh man, damn boy, they ain't supposed to open up. And, then I took it easy some more because basically, I did a bit of movement between Monday and Thursday and I was like, wait a second, I checked it and Thursday was, and then I was like, I'm going to stop moving again. So I did barely any movement again for a good few days or so. And then that allowed it to heal. I believe it was I'm sweaty. I shouldn't be sweating. It's not good to sweat. It's not good to move a lot. It's good to move somewhat, but not a lot. And so I think I must the stitches at the edge must have opened up. And that was a nice Caesar. And then you get little stabbing pains in there too. Like someone's just got a pin and go bam, pop, like that. Boys. Anyways. But taught me a lot, this experience. I'll definitely take better care of myself. Definitely won't be afraid of doctors, dentists anymore, because the alternative is much worse than ignoring doctors and dentists. And then I also read a lot of forums about other guys going through this kind of thing. There's dudes that had it way worse than me. There's guys that had it miles better. But there was dudes that had it way worse. I felt like I was in the middle. I didn't feel too bad about myself. I got to feel bad for someone else for a while, which was nice, Which brings me to my final point. That's pretty much it, all the story wrapped up right there. I was at my mom's for about 2 weeks, and then now I'm at my back at my regular place. But I stay in bed, keep everything elevated, all that good stuff. But sitting down right now, I can just feel the blood flowing back down, and it's swelling up again. So yeah, I need to recover as much as possible. I've been away from Malia for a good while now, and she's missing me a lot. So I want to be able to go back to America and see her. I miss her too, of course. And this is slowed down, me being around her, Made it double hard, guys, double hard. And yeah, so I'm just trying to recover as quick as possible. And because of that, I'm basically not going to be doing videos from my normal chair because it's getting pretty uncomfortable, and I'm only 15 minutes in. I couldn't imagine a 3-hour stream of this stuff, or 5, or recording with the guys. That's how long we play for. We'd be an hour on a call, and then we'd be an hour recording. So I don't want that because, right? So I'm figuring out how to do YouTube from bed. All right, boys. I'm hoping to figure it out soon. There'll be no video tomorrow, but I have some stuff hanging about. I'm going to post on Thursday, and then I should have the setup done on my bed on Friday, and hopefully it goes okay. What else? What else? Oh, lastly, so I was looking up like charities for men and prostate stuff, and there's not that many out there. But one that I did like was Movember, which is actually what Brian did like live stream charity stuff for, and I like them a lot. So just to bring awareness about men issues, mental health, ball sack problems, etc. There's a link for them down in the top of the description if you feel like donating. They seem to deal with a lot of a variety of different problems that men face, modern problems that men face, yeah, I like them. Any profit from this video, ad rev basically, I'll just give towards them at the end of the week. See how much this made, take a screenshot or something like that, and just send it off them. Prove to you guys I sent it, and that's about that. Yeah, that was the experience. Swelling was bad. Drugs helped, but yeah, probably talked a bit too much. We got an 18-minute video on our hands. Probably a couple of mid-rolls in there. I'm gonna go back. I think my pizza burnt. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm doing better. Appreciate this support. You've been cool. The memes to the positive, kind words. It was all helpful. And as always, I hope you enjoy.